Welcome back to another race. We are heading to Belgium. Yes, we are at the longest circuit on the F1 calendar. We are heading to Spa in round 10 of this SRC championship. And in a championship that's had so many twists and turns inside of it. But finally we're heading to a track which is notorious for so many great events. In the lead currently, Antoine is pulling ahead with 91 points, followed by Perondi and Syrah, both BRL boys, coming in second and third with 72 and 70 points. Then Jakey B, Smasher coming in fourth and fifth, which are also very close in contending for this title. Oxys is not to be ruled out in sixth, and this championship is all to play for. In the constructors, BRL are taking the lead and are slowly pulling away after gaining 2 positions. Brutal Democracy Gaming are falling again with 179 points, with Visceral Racing in third. Shazura rising up again, continuing to make a big push in fourth, and ERL Esports in fifth. A championship that is all to change. Now let's talk a bit about Spa. Spa, which is notoriously known for some brilliant crashes and one of the longest straights to known. 19 turns in this 4.352 mile track is going to be full of great overtaking and action.
Welcome to a lap of Spa. Here we go through the final corner. Get as much exit as you can so that you can maximize the run with the DRS wing wide open towards turn 1. It's going to be quite a hard breaker zone, but arguably the most important corner because you need to get a perfect exit so you can get all of the momentum coming up and out of Eau Rouge Radion and right the way up to Lake Coupe. You can see this is the uphill climb now. Put the curb on the inside. Make sure you don't clip too much of the inside on the right, as you will easily destabilize your car and perform a Kevin Magnussen. DRS wing wide open and charging right down the Camel Straight as you come up to the chicane of Lake Coupe. Brake just about when you see the sign on the right hand side. Get right down the gears to gear 4 potentially, gear 5 in this case, and then go through Lake Coupe. Now right side, cut the curve just right, but don't get too wide on the exit because you can find yourself very much out of position. Here into Ravage, get the long right hander. Make sure you don't lose the back end as you come out of it and into No Name. Clip the inside curve just a little bit, don't run wide, you can invalidate, or worse, clip the wall. And then coming into Pouon, you want to make sure that you get the run just right. You don't want to brake at all, you want to downshift just a touch and lift off the throttle slightly, just so you can maintain momentum around the corner. And then coming into yet another chicane. This is the awkward area because you need to get the momentum to stay throughout the run, but you also don't want to carry too much because you run too deep. Here is the first of Stablo, and then into the second, and now the run up in towards Blanchiment. You want to make sure now that everything is as good as can be. There is no DRS here. This is all about the toe, and you do not want to go wide, too wide through this left-hander. It's got to be smooth. It's got to be clean. As you come into the bus stop chicane, you want to brake about the 100-meter board right now. Get them right down the gears. There's one, and the second part of it, and the exit has to be clean. It's so difficult to get the traction just out there, but that is a lap of Spa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SRC. It has been a hot minute since I've been here. I do apologize for my absence. I can't even justify the reason why. But today I am joined by Miles. Miles, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm really looking forward to the race.
That's good to hear. Now we're heading over to Spa, which is the longest racetrack on the F1 calendar. What are you kind of expecting to see in the likes of Spa?
I mean, it's a very great track. For like every driver likes the track, and I expect some great overtaking maneuvers coming up Rouge Radion, down the Camel Straight. There will be some great overtakes made, and also coming through Blanchiment into bus stop. That's your probably second best overtaking opportunity, and I think the drivers are going to take it.
Absolutely, indeed. Now, I want to briefly rewind our brain. Now, of course, I wasn't there for the last 2 races. Let's do a brief talk of last week's race. Give me like a rundown. What happened?
I mean, basically, Sarah was up front with who was that? Can't remember exactly. Shadow and Sarah were fighting basically for the win, and there was an incident which was caused by a bit of lag, like I heard, and Shadow lost the car entirely, had to retire. Syrah took away some wing damage and got home in P3. Peroni taking home P2 and Ewan actually taking the W for Shizou.
So,
And yeah,
so
it was a great race.
Sorry, first win for Shizou then, the hosts of this race. Oh wait, no, didn't they get one in China? They had a win in China, didn't they?
That's a
I think.
damn good question.
I
will
think
quickly
they
look that up.
did. I think they did. Ewan. It was Ewan.
Yes.
Antoine.
It was Ewan.
Did this incredible strategy from Inters. So it's actually Shizou's second win. Which means that, as we saw from the little previous sequence before, there has been a bit of a change-up for the constructors, which is where I see all the battles is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, BRL taking over the lead with 190 points, BDG with 179, and actually VSR dropping down to third, which might be because of Jonas dropping out of VSR. And he won't come back because he left VSR. But Shizou making some inroads on those top guys, and we are now 9 out of 16 races are done, and still everything to play for them.
Absolutely, and even kind of like near the back, we talk about Streamline Racing Team, SRT, and the FCT boys. There's a little battle going on there for 8th and 9th, which is quite interesting as well.
Yeah, also, those guys are fast as well. I mean, they deserve to be here, and they deserve to be acknowledged throughout the races. And I mean, they showed some great fighting throughout and some great battles throughout the season already. And I mean, well, like I said, there are still some races to come, and it's still everything to play for.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the Drivers' Championship. So a little talk about that, which I call a bit of a mess because there are about 3 drivers for each team in here somehow. Talk me through that.
I mean, SRC is not about the drivers in general, but I mean, it's more for the teams, of course. I mean, you of course you want to be at the top, and that's where Antoine is at the moment for VSR. Peroni and Syrah are not that far behind, so still also everything to play for. I mean, some guys just don't race. Like I just saw Logic isn't racing today, and also some other guys. I mean, Oxus just went from VRT to VSR, which could be also a very interesting thing. Don't even know if he can maintain the points he has. But also Ewan now with 50 points in P7. So if you take a look at this, and all the guys in front of him don't score, he's second place basically. And I mean, so much to play for with 3 or more drivers being in there. It's very interesting for us, but a bit confusing, like you said. It's a bit confusing, not gonna lie, with 3 or more drivers in there, but still very interesting. Drivers' Championship at the moment.
So we've got quite a few races in here, and now I'm seeing quite a lot of new names in here. We've got Leopard, Leobot, who else is in here? King Cont, is that how you say his name? King Cont? I
think so. I can't see it, so but I think that was his name, yeah.
Yep, then you've got R-Lane 890, Hex 4K, as HX4K, Salazia? I think Sazala. Is that Kowalski we got in here now? Felipe. Yeah. And then we got VSR Find a Yum. We've got so many new drivers joining this league, which is very interesting.
Yeah, you missed a lot. You missed a lot of stuff happening in the background. Yeah. I mean, ERL, and I didn't want to talk about it because I wanted to leave that for Ben actually, because of obviously he's ERL, he's part of ERL, and I wanted him to announce that Leopard is going to join them for their esports team and also for SRC for the rest of the season, which is an incredible signing for them. And actually, if we take a look back on the teams championship at the moment, I mean, ARL currently sitting P5 with 84 points, but with Leopard and probably Tebow, that's an incredible strong pairing. If they can set them in week out, they can actually challenge for the top three. And Leopard is an incredible signing, like I said, and also all the other guys. I mean, um, so much talented stuff coming out and being signed by all the teams. It's incredible and good for us to have them here.
Absolutely, indeed. And of course, you got the usual names in there. Your likes of Sierra. We talk about Tebow. We've got Chandler, Ewan. They're still in here. Raven, Lasouche, both driving the AlphaTauris. They're still here. Smasher, Jakey B. They're still going to be racing. So out of this lineup that we're seeing right now, who do you think's got the potential to win Spa?
Oh, that's a very good question because I know that many guys are strong around Spa. Actually, one guy I would have had on my cards was Tirsa Marvin, who of course I'm familiar with, but he's really strong around Spa, but he can't race unfortunately because his pad broke. Other than that, what story would it be if Leopard won his first race for Yarl? So my money is on Leopard today.
It's not the first time we've seen drivers do that. I've seen it in other leagues. Drivers coming into their first race and just putting on a show. And I think we all would like the same thing. Is the new drivers coming in and just going, "This is me," and putting on the show that we all want to see. 20 drivers are in the lobby. We're 6 minutes past the start time, and none of them have rated up.
I think Ben's just said that we're going at 7 past. So I think that's basically when all the drivers are going to hit it.
That's good to hear. Who's going to be? Which other of these new drivers? Let's talk about some of these new drivers. Who's kind of like stood out since they've kind of stepped in the last 2 races?
That's a good question. If I could see all the drivers that are in, then I'd know who to talk about. I mean, there are some incredible drivers in there. We quickly open up the.
Yes, chat, I did get a haircut. Sorry, the chat just pointing out my haircut. I hate it, by the way. What about like to driver? I'm currently hovering over Kowalski, teammate of Sierra.
Kowalski is an incredible signing and actually the first non-Brazilian driver that has signed for BRL. He's topping the leaderboards in time trial, left, right, and center. So he's the man to beat if you're doing time trial, basically on every track. I mean, if you took a look at the leaderboards just 1 week after the game came out, it was Kowalski just being and chilling at the top.
Yeah, indeed. Ben, are you there?
Indeed.
It's good to have you back. I know that you were exciting, as Miles said, about this new signing that's happened. Tell me a bit more. Why is that so exciting for you?
Leopard is honestly one of the best free agents on the market, and we'd spent so long trying to do negotiations with him and trying to put forward, and making the signing was great. Hyper, it's time for you to step down. It's time for us to move on with qualifying. Screen should be on live for people. I have not seen it go on to the thing yet, but it is. Right. I'm doing normal intro then. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SRC properly here, live from the Belgian Grand Prix circuit. I'm, of course, here for 23, the main commentator, alongside my co-commentator, TSR Miles. Say hello again, sir.
Yeah. Warm welcome from me again, yeah.
It's just because of my nature to do the proper intro. It gets me proper hyped up. But yes, we're here at Belgium. In my opinion, the best racing track in the world. And I will argue till I'm blue in the face on that one. This track is absolutely brilliant. From the start to the finish, the part where you can hit a tree. It's absolutely great. That's a reference to the 1960 Belgian Grand Prix. If you know, you know. So yes, the beautiful spectator glitch, that's why nobody has gone straight away, which is great to see. So, as Phil's pointed out too, there is a few big new drivers on the grid. First of all, King Continue, that's lefted. King Cont, that's lefted. Second of all, it might be Daegu. It's either lefted, it's either Alex Degu, or it's lefted. It's one of the two. Second of all, the two big ones. Kowalski. When I first heard about the deal that Birol signed Kowalski, I couldn't believe it. It was just, what, how? Please explain your reasons. But now it's happened. I'm really looking forward to see how we can get on. And of course, I mean, I can't really not. Yes, LCR Leopard, now known as ERL Leopard. He will be representing under the ERL name from the next race onwards. However, because it was such a late signing, that's why things took a little bit to get going. It'll be really good to see how people can get on. Obviously, Shizu Felipe, of course, is returning. He raced a couple of races ago. He'll be really strong. And VSR Finder a driver who kind of flown under the radar these last couple of games, but he's a really, really strong contender. Could do very well here today. Now, Miles, what's your expectation of pole position?
I just told Hyper just before you joined us. I told Hyper what a story would it be if Leopard just won his first race for Real.
Don't talk about it.
Of course you don't want to hear it, but
no, I don't.
What a story would that be? I set my money's on him today just for the banter and all the storytelling that comes along with it. But also, I mean, that's a very packed grid. I said that Marvin unfortunately couldn't make it. He was really strong around this track.
Marvin, I believe, also, if you take away the glitch drivers, I believe he's 7th in the world here in TT.
Yep. And he actually hasn't sweated.
That's strong, Marvin. Right, right on board then with VSR Antoine to go around a full lap, probably, of the Belgian Grand Prix circuit. Miles, take it away.
Yeah, now coming to the most thrilling part of the whole track, which is Rouge and Radion going up there full throttle. Easy to lose the car there, taking off curb, and now the best overtaking opportunity on the circuit, opening up the DRS. Now coming down the Hemel Straight, and actually I forgot all the corner names at the moment. Coming into Le Combe, of course. Very tricky section to navigate through, and also if you have to do it side by side. And now through this downhill right-hander, which is also very tricky on this game because you get a lot of understeer. Now through No Name, also very easy to invalidate your time there. Now quickly going down to 7th gear, I would assume is Antoine, and yeah, through Puhon there, full flat basically. Now through this right-hander, which is also very difficult to navigate through, also this left-hander, because you can run very wide there. And now a very important part of the track, because that's where you set up yourself for the bus stop. Through Blanchimont, it's full throttle through there, and like I said in the beginning, probably your second best overtaking opportunity on the whole calendar, as now Antoine is coming to the bus stop chicane, and that's your final corners to navigate through. Very solid lap there from Antoine, a very, very solid banker coming over the line, and I actually can't see the time, Ben. Very unfortunate.
141.08. Beaten immediately by JKB with 140.7. Kowalski up to the line, 140.652. Cyra's not too far behind him in the other Williams. A good exit at the final corner, gets very, very squirrely. His time's actually not going to count for absolute napple. 45.0 from him. SLT King Conts with a 41.289. Already these times are looking extremely quick. ERT Ball's invalidated his lap. Cesar's out on the mediums, which is questionable at best. But he is actually going to complete the lap. We'll see where he goes. HS4K with his 41.5. BSR finding on 41.225. Felipe 41.197. Tell immediately though, Kowalski and Jacoby, the two bankers coming in very, very quickly. Now to the line comes Cesar on the medium tyres, 142.5. Who else is coming around soon? Chandler's lap's invalidated, but he's going to complete the lap anyway at full speed. His time was going to be a 41.283, which would have put him P6. My cat's come to say hello, which is always nice to see. We love ERL Cat. Have to see how things go on. Obviously, I think the main prediction that a lot of people can say is that there is a good chance we're going to see a BRL winner. But. Kowalski's prone to mistakes, and he may not be as well as he is in the race. We know Kowalski there is a very, very decent chance, and I'm going to put this in the nicest way possible, that he's probably going to get pole. But the guy, from what I've seen previously, the guy does make a lot of mistakes at crucial opportunities. So hopefully, it drives the key to the DRS. Maybe it won't just be the Kowalski massacre. Who knows? There's now BDG Smasher making his way down into Block Shimon now. Miles, you got that wrong. Block Shimon is here, not where you said it was. Into the stop chicane, breaking just after the 100-meter ball. No, you said like a decade before. Anyway, no arguing. Good exit from Smasher. Interesting exit in second gear. Most drivers tend to exit in third. Doesn't matter. He goes 7th place at 41.400. Decent time there from him. I'm expecting Pole probably to have a few more tenths on that Kowalski time yet. Expectation probably a 40.3. I'm gonna say from what I've seen in the past. There's now Leopard in the middle sector, just about to exit the first. He's looking for about a 12. He's done a 33. That's solid. 33.08. So he's looking at the moment around a 41.2, around a 41.3. I have a really good knowledge of Belgium. Don't ask why. This is like the only track I can actually drive on this game, so I actually know the sectors as well. Going through Block Shimon now into the bus stop chicane. He's got a car in front of him. It's a Williams. I believe it might be Syra. The car in front of him. No, it's not. It is. Oh no, it was actually a Racing Point. It was pink. I'm not colorblind at all. Good exit from Leopard up to the line. It's a 41.356. Goes 7th place.
Which is a very good banker lap as well. I mean, not compared to Kowalski's lap, but I mean, Kowalski, like I said, is an alien over one lap, basically. So is Jakey. And yeah, some guys yet to set a lap time from P15 on. Actually, some of them are on their out lap, and there is your race winner currently. Starting his lap.
Race winner, that's an early prediction.
No, race winner from last time, of course.
Oh! When he died coming out of turn 1. Massive amount of oversteer there from you, and that's going to cost him so much time at the run Beau Rouge. You're looking for a 20.7, 20.6 in the first sector. Not 20, 28, sorry. Point that. But, or 29. No, 29. But, Ewan, to be fair, he's still doing 29.892, so that's still not even that bad first sector. That's
actually Jakey B's first sector is the best one with a 29.5.
That'll be slip. That's got to be slip.
That should be, yep. As Ewan just invalidates his time there.
C771, 849, 828, 858. So yeah, that's definitely slipstream there. T-Ball now.
Yep.
Here we go.
Go on.
Oh, thank you very much. T-Ball now making its way now into No Name. Beautiful corner, No Name. Say it's as deadly as the Monaco hairpin. It's still beautiful. It's still absolutely beautiful. Puon now borderline flat out of these cars. Not quite. You have to drop down a gear, but you can pretty much just slab the gearbox until it bleeds. Now into Campos, the famous Campos chicane. Down into Stabilo, getting very, very loose on the exit T-Ball. Oh, and a massive lock-up down at Stabilo. That's not going to help. 13.0 still looking solid. Good exit out now, making his way down through. This actually has a name, but I can't remember his actual name. I will look it up. Into
I will quickly do that
now. Beautifully done. He's got a car just in front of him. That is Syra, just moving out of the way. Into the bus stop chicane. The final chicane, doesn't matter what you want to call it, really. I used to go to the bus stop. The old bus stop was absolutely beautiful. Good exit from T-Bell up to the line. It's going to be a 40, but a 40 point what? Oh, it's 41.177 actually. Still puts him P4. Still puts him into a very, very good position. But crucially, a long way behind some of the other guys. Felipe's just started a flying lap. We have got to go fast in the middle sector. Anybody else steady on the the long way round? I don't think so's the answer.
Yeah, as I'm currently trying to navigate through the telemetry system because some guys haven't activated it, and some guys just switched their gamer tags for today, which is also not the best.
Sarah just really did not get on with the Lecom chicane there. Just watching it through, car just didn't seem like it would work. My cat's on the skits, which is not good. So if you start hearing things banging around and something sounds like it's about to break, it's my cat, not me. For once I'm sober. Felipe's invalidated his lap. King Kong's actually on an okay lap so far, to be fair, for the Ferrari driver. Both my cats are now going mental. That's just phenomenal news. Now through Campos, mounts the inside curb, doesn't take the second curb that much and goes wide for it and invalidates. According to where you shouldn't invalidate the gate. Not going to get angry at track limits, because around here they are the sport of Satan. Track limits on this track. I managed to keep it. Then Chad Lewis is Syra, who's going to come down now into the final chicane. Never mind, he's actually about it. What do I know?
A lot of invalidations going on. Like you said, I mean, the track limits on this track sometimes very questionable. But I did the
They are the
league
spawn
race.
of Satan.
I did Canada the other day in TSR. Talking about track limits. I mean,
League vlog. He's plugging his own league. Sack him.
yeah. As Antoine just invalidated, and now we are on board with Leobot, who is now coming up to the bus stop chicane, and
Oh,
he's
hello.
currently sitting on a 41.5. As there are some guys improving on their lap times. Question is,
Yeah.
can Leobot improve? Yes,
Oh.
it seems like he can.
Kowalski did a 5.32 in the first sector. With the help of Asira, Kowalski might be on an absolute alien lap. We'll come back to him later on. See what his time actually ends up being. Leobot goes 4th fastest. I think I should just mention that. Abler's got to P9 as well. Okay, on lane. Nobody else really on a lap. I think Chandler's actually in the last sector. What can Chandler see to do? He's had some good qualifiers this season. I believe in races qualified, I don't think he's qualified any lower than 4th. Chandler, big look for the front right hand side there. Down second, back up the 3rd. Decent exit. Chandler, it's a 41.172. There's a lot of 41.7. A lot of 41.1s at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
Chandler,
I mean,
Leobot, Felipe, Thibaut and Felipe, all on 41.1s.
Yeah, I mean, Hyper just talked about it briefly. I mean, it's the longest track on the whole calendar, but still, it's so close between those guys, and that just shows how competitive this grid is. As Siras now, he won't be coming up to the line. He will definitely go into the pits. As that's a new fast lap from Kowalski, which
That's illegal.
40.2 from Kowalski. I mean.
That's illegal, I'm sorry. What? A 40.24. The problem is, I know it's probably what was it? I need to know this.
I quickly double
29,
check
29.536, 42.7, 27.9.
He was flying.
What have BRL brought upon us? Cesaro with a 41. That's not impressive anymore. Who just crossed the line? Ewan. Shizu Ewan goes 4th fastest on a 40.9.
No.
That's broke me. That's broke me. Nice FDA development driver. Well. Oh dear, what has BRL brought upon us? That's all I've got to say on that. Felipe now getting the mother of all slip stream off Ewan at the moment down the straight. Our lane's rejoined the session. I believe he just dropped out. As Felipe, he's got a .6 for the first sector, so maybe if Felipe can keep this up, he can get within a 10th of Kowalski.
I mean, Philippe is.
Oh, and it's kicked out of the lobby.
Oh, that's never good if the host
Well-
leaves the lobby. As now Hyper is gone as well. Great. We don't have
It's-
anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened again. This happened to be in LCR a couple of races ago. Well, if you're in the lobby or you are a race engineer for people in the lobby, tell them to please invite us. Well, it might be, and I'll invite the other Muppet.
Some drivers actually got that as well. Chandler got
Oh.
the same thing.
Is it a mass DC? Oh, don't tell me it's a mass.
Oh,
Don't tell me it's a mass.
It seems like it was.
Well, not a good situation to happen. I'm sure we'll get this back on the road very soon. So we'll put this.
Yeah, Leopard's out as well.
We'll put this over to a little bit of a loading lobby screen. We'll be back in a moment trying to fix it all, and once we are all back, we'll get you back into the action. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We do apologize for what has happened, and an explanation is owed to all of you. So, what happened is as there was a mild host migration, it kicked both myself and Ben out of the lobby, meaning we had no idea what happened. I believe also one other driver did also fall out of the race as well, but we are going to be taking the qualifying results as it did continue. The results stand as this. Jakey B got pole with a 1 minute 40.4. Then he was followed by Syrah, Chandler, Antoine, Felipe, Hex 4K, Ewan, Leopard, King Court, Cecilia. I'll get my words out eventually. Leo Bot, T-Bolt, Smasher, Findy Raven, Albert, Lasouche, Lane, Got to Go Fast did not put in time, and Kowalski got disqualified. We are unsure what it was for, but we can only take what we are given. So he will remain at the back of the grid. That is the update of what happened. All drivers are now back into the lobby. The lobby has been now customized to that grid spot. Ben, you definitely expressed your frustration as soon as this happened. I'm guessing this is not done all too well for you. Ben, you there?
I think he's just gone and just letting his frustration out once more. But I mean, you can understand that he will be frustrated because I mean it went pretty well. I mean, Kowalski, for Kowalski being disqualified when he was in P1, that's just shame for us and for him as well, and for his team, of course. But I mean, Ben will be frustrated, and I think he's back.
Yeah. I had to go. I had to go mute. So I was sending a voice message to the Aero guys because I couldn't be asked to type. Yeah, obviously one of the biggest shames. One of the biggest shames, of course, is for Kowalski. I'm gonna tell people they can go because they can. There's no hold up or anything like that. Now, I'll quickly do that. Unless I think he went in his car now. Yeah.
Everyone is ready, and we're getting the drivers ready up now. They're going with some speed, so I'll hand this back over to you two boys as we will be heading into the race of the Belgium Grand Prix.
Just double checking I put formation up on.
Hmm?
I was just because over a second I did put formation up on, but I'm 99% sure it's on.
I'd be worried if it's not on.
If it's not on, then I've got to be immediately ready. It's something I've done many times before, so hopefully it's on. Yeah, just as loading now, guys, I'd like to apologize greatly for all technical problems. I am, of course, the lobby host, if those of you don't know. So it comes down to my responsibility if things don't go very well. If this becomes a continual factor in the future, we will look for a new host. More than likely, it'll probably go to Miles, because Miles' internet is actually really good. More likely it'll probably go to him, but yeah, we'll see how things go. We'll see how the race goes in the end. Obviously we do have a grid. Miles, what is your expectation and or prediction for the top three?
I mean, being in P1 in Belgium is not exactly where you want to be. I mean, P2 it just has the slipstream using basically all of Zeros coming down the Camel Straight and might be challenging for first position, maybe even P3. I remember we did a social race around here where P3 just went up to first position at Lake Comp.
That it was similar to the you. I did a social race around here. I started P5. I was second coming out of there, Rouge. It's such a big, powerful run. That race was actually won by a man who's now outcasted from the entire community. I crashed on the last lap and I'm running second. That's just because I am that type of driver who would just bidding on the last lap. So, yeah, looking at the top three, I think, well, my prediction for the top three, I'm going to go sane for once. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it's going to be Syrah, Felipe, and I'm going to say it's going to be Kowalski in P3. I think just based on his qualifying pace, I've got a solid feeling he can just charge for this field. A note, he's on the mediums.
He will be, yeah. I think
a lot of people are on mediums.
Yeah, I think actually Jakey's gonna win this race. From Syrah, and P3 is the big question at the moment. Um, who will I go with? I will actually go with Thibaut because he showed that he has some recovery potential in the last 2 races, I think. So I will go with one of the ERL guys with Thibaut today.
Oh, thank you. So, in fact, everybody saw I thought the top 10 is on mediums. I was a little bit thinking there for a second. I was thinking, well, of course, one of the. Cause at first, last time I looked, the 3 people on mediums were Thibaut, Arlane, and Kowalski. It's now loaded properly. Everybody's on mediums outside the top 10, which is absolutely effing phenomenal. So, I'll go for the grid properly for the ladies and gentlemen who didn't quite hear Hyper or couldn't understand what he was saying. Jacob in pole position with V-Sire alongside Charlie Seat in P3. Mr. Antoine P4, Suzuki Felipe in P5 with HS4K alongside him in P6. Suzuki Ewan in P7, 8th, LCR Leopard, 9th, SLT can continue. 10th, and a good quote and from Sazala in P11, we have BRT Leo, 12, BRT, Aero Leopard, 13th, BDG Smasher, 14th, Finding On, 15th, Round, 16th, Ablet, 17th, FCT Le Souche, 18th, Lane, 19th, Got to Go Fast, and 20th, and last, Kowalski, because of course he got disqualified in qualifying. So, drivers going round, we'll see how things go. It should be a pretty close race. I don't expect many people to be falling out of DRS too early. Based on the qualifying results at the front at least, I doubt anybody's going to be particularly falling out of DRS that much. But it's going to be the medium guys. The mediums guys fall out of DRS, or some of them clearly don't have the pace. This race won't go well. Noticeably as well, Kowalski's actually dropping back from the back of the field. Interesting strategy, but it doesn't really work. On the old games, it used to be a really good strategy if you just didn't move for like the first 5 minutes of the formation lap, because your tyres never really, at the time, your tyres didn't warp, your tyres cooled down on the grid. But in this game, for some daft reason, they don't cool down. They stay at the exact same temperature that you were thinking at. So, we'll see how things get going. Any last words, Miles?
Quick breather for you, Ben. You didn't have to run through the order that fast because the lap is so long. And
I'm used to
basically
commentating like that.
yeah, I know. But only Jakey and Sarah are coming up to a line right now. Oh no, there's a racing point just behind them. Yeah, good strategy there from Kowalski. Just trying, but like you said, nothing to do for him there. As I think Hyper's just trying to find a good view. Usually P4 to P5 is a good view for the start of Belgium.
Well then, the 5 laps have come on. They are now, well, they've come on the screen. They've not actually come on because somebody has gone. Oh, you're absolutely. There's points where, as a commentator, you admit defeat. And you admit things aren't going to work. We're actually now underway. But there's been an accident in the background. Somebody's crashed at the background. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's a red. I think it might have been Leopard. I'm not 100% sure. There's been a collision in the background. We have a safety car already. Our legs think turn 1. I don't know what's happened there. Applaud this game. I'm not going to swear. What has happened? So, finding up spot.
Leopard dropped several positions.
Leopard's fallen back. Kowalski, I think we might have had the bug. Oh god, I think we've had the bug where people have different starts.
Yep.
That's what's happened.
So for the telemetry system,
Kowalski gets damaged.
What is? Yeah, I mean, he would come into the pits at the end of his lap and just go to another set of mediums probably.
Parts of the end, sure.
The telemetry system just said that actually Thibaut had hit Leopard. Leopard hit Vandayam. He hit Leopard, Lasouche hit Ablet, and Kowalski hit Vandayam. And Chandler received a 5-second stop-and-go penalty for hitting
I've got it open now on my screen. So Thibaut hit Leopard, Leopard hit Vandayam, Vandayam hit Leopard, Ablet hit Leopard, Lasouche hit Ablet, Kowalski hit Vandayam, that's where Kowalski got his damage from. Kont with a 5-second time penalty, Ewan with a 5-second time penalty, and Chandler with a 5-second time penalty. I'm gonna have a seizure and kill something. Because how to show your I'm gonna have to Google how to show you're angry but you're not. Because at this point, like frustration knows no bounds. Lesush has damage. Leopard, I can't tell. Does he have damage? No. Leopard's in quite a good position here because he can go to the end on mediums. There'll be a stretch, but he can. Kowalski, I'd say that damage is very, very minor. It's not looking to be anything severe. Jakey in the pits.
Oh, will he go into the hearts? That's the question.
That's going to be hard. A lot of people are in. Ewan, King Const, they both obviously made calls. They have 5-second time penalties. They won't be served under the safety car, remember. At least I don't think they are, because unless this game's actually that bad, it makes people serve penalties on the safety car. Which is completely illegal in real life. Does he serve penalty? No. Yes, he does.
Are you surprised? Are you even surprised, to be honest? But
Hards. A lot. Everybody on hards. Kowalski
stayed out.
will go mediums.
Leopard is still out on his softs. So yeah, basically everyone's on hards.
I think I might be the wrong call from Leopard. But he's got no damage, which I think is the crucial thing for Leopard. He's got no damage, so he'll be able to continue and go, but... I don't know what's just happened there, but...
I will double check that, as I just got a clip from the start. Oh. So Leopard just... I think Leopard's lights didn't went off until everyone was past him.
I think
he stood there.
I wonder if Leopard had the glitch, as Gotgo Bass just overtook T-Ball. I wonder if he had the glitch where your lights don't come on.
Yep, I think so. But in the end they went on. But I just saw the clip. Jonas made the clip.
Seems to be some confusion with Got to Go Fast and T-Ball at the moment. So T-Ball, I think it's supposed to be for Got to Go Fast, but Got to Go Fast, they still need T-Ball to let Got to Go Fast. Oh my god. You're actually kidding me. The safety car's in this lap apparently, had a lap 2.
You could just quickly try to re-invite our lane.
Yeah, Leopard just overtook him. Cesaro just got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the other flags. And now there's a big hold up, because now Leopard's going slow. What the? Really not trying to swear. T-Ball's now left the session. I'm really trying not to swear right now. This is actually the hardest I've ever tried not to do something. Our lane is now back in. Leopard's now falling to 14th as we're now back underway here. I don't know what's happening. Antoine's already trying to make a move on Felipe. Felipe goes deep into the chicane. Antoine goes really under and over on him. A good exit, a really poor exit from Chandler. There's 1.1 seconds already been pulled. Shakes the bees have to go into the pit lane already. What is happening to Jake? I think he might have done some damage or something. I don't honestly know. As now Cyril leads 1.1 back to Chandler. 7 seconds back to Felipe, who has Antoine all over the back of him. And this is quite crucial here. If Antoine gets past Felipe, he can charge it for Chandler, I think, because Antoine seems to have some really good pace. Felipe will hopefully go to the right to be able to cover that on the run. Yes, he does. Felipe, Antoine, side by side, time screen, run, it's absolutely phenomenal. Side by side, Antoine falling behind. Yes, he does. Felipe holds the place. 84 KP5, left, Leopold's P6, 7 XT Raven, 8 got to go fast, 9 Aero T-Bolt, who is not actually in the session, I realised.
Hey, you should drop him in invite.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, apparently he's, hang on, I can't find him. Where's he gone? Oh, it's actually Premier 1 once. Yeah, just did me, just did me shit. I really hate when time skip goes. Everything. Right, T-Ball is now back in, so. Sarah leads, Chamo second, Felipe third, Antoine 4, Page Score K fifth, Leobot 6, 7th Raven, 8th got to go fast, 9th is now Cesaro, who more penalties than common sense. T-Ball goes, Ewan now gets past T-Ball. Smasher will probably go through as well. Smasher actually has to deal with Leopard, who seems to be really quick. T-Ball's going slowly on the straight compared to everybody else. Leopard actually, I think, here we go. Leopard's going to be Smasher, a little bit of contact there. Speed difference, I think, between Leopard and Smasher. To the outside goes the German. Sarah fast lap of the race. Leopard on the under and over gets through up into P11.
Great maneuver there.
Exit, still side by side.
Leopard
Down
on his
turn one.
soft tires. Yeah, with a bit
Did have a
bit
time
more
screw.
traction.
Poor egg
Yeah.
smasher, but he will have to deal with the run up Eau Rouge. With the Leopard, gets up Eau Rouge. Please don't Leopard, that'd be a bit. Wouldn't be the smartest. Digby's back in the pit lane. I don't know what's happened there for him. As Ewan gets past Cesala just up the road. Pretty DRS move there. And so does Leopard. Leopard clears pretty comfortably. Leopard, of course, will have to stop again. I like these guys. Let's see. Big look up from Chandler. Goes Felipe, and that's one of the back of him. Sierra, though, in typical Sierra fashion, has absolutely sodded off.
Yes, I mean that's what you have to do. Just go into the distance, as we just see there. As Gottogofas gets a penalty there, 3 seconds for multiple warnings. But yeah, I mean we don't have the intervals coming up at the moment because they haven't crossed the line yet. But
Interesting.
I
So,
hope
the hard
that-
guys are all in one giant trade at the moment. It's all realistically started behind Ewan. Really, Ewan's got Cesala, Leopard, Smasher. Speaking of Leopard and Cesala, by side into Blogshimon. Oh god, that's never gonna work. It's a great pace. Great move there. Here goes Leopard up into P10 now. He is charging. Big send to the inside goes Smasher. That was optimistic. Gets a good drive as well because he pretty much just smashed, ironically. Cesala out the way. Cesala will go deep with the brakes, traveling about wide. Big up, does force him up onto the curb. Now here comes Timo with a great exit. Timo, of course, will have to stop again. Gets a good drive. When our slipstream Cesala up Eau Rouge. Oh god, they're going to start out of Eau Rouge. Timo and Smasher. Nobody gives an inch. They nearly make contact. They do make contact. And somehow they both come out completely alive. Absolutely phenomenal racing. Now Cesala giving slipstream to Timo, interestingly. Calls over, blocks Smasher. Timo tries to break late, doesn't quite make the move. And they stay as they are, 11, 12, and 13.
I actually don't know how they did it. A little bit of lag going on there for Timo, but great racing between those guys. Going side by side up Eau Rouge. I mean, in the older games that was common, but on the Neo games, that's just very brave for both of those guys. And coming out alive, like you said, great achievement as Timo ran wide there a bit, but Leopard just, like I said, on a charge at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. So this is the Leopard I expected to turn up. When Leopard gets put in a bad situation, he can go and he will charge. I've seen this so many times from Manny, of course, 5 times LCR champion. Potentially even looking at 6 really. As Ewan, I think, just letting go there down into Blanchimon. Right the outside of Blanchimon they go. Gets pretty close for comfort. And through he goes up into. Yeah, up into P9 goes Leopard. Ewan settle in. Probably try just hold now. Because he knows he is the leading car and just doesn't want to fall out of that gap to the leader. Currently, he is 9.7 seconds. I'm not 100% sure what the pit lane loss ran here, but I'd hazard a guess. I think it's about 16 seconds roughly. So that's probably about what the judges are looking for. So at the moment, that means that Cyro, when he comes out, he's going to be behind his teammate. Obviously, he'll come out on the medium tyres. Now, realistically, expect pit stops from any time now. I won't be surprised if the likes of Felipe or Antoine, AJ4K, something like that, comes in this or next lap, really. A Smasher clears Cesala, does he? Yes, he does, around the outside, up into P11, which is effectively P3 at the moment. It really depends. How well do you think the medium runners could charge through past these guys? I think it would be when these guys are going to put the medium tyres, they'll probably be going, let's say, what, 8 times faster a lap, comfortably?
Probably, yeah, I would say the same. I mean, maybe even a bit faster. I mean, especially at the first part of their stint. But yeah, like you said, I mean, all those guys out on the softs at the moment. There will be no rain. Just for everyone to know, there will be no rain coming down, so that won't play any part. But Yeah, we saw one safety car, so there might be another one coming out
Yeah.
fairly soon. So um, th- that's also what all those drivers have to keep in mind. And all the drivers out on the softs at
Chandler
the
in.
moment, as now, yeah, Chandler is coming in, but he will switch onto mediums, I think. There's no chance of rain.
Instead of being expected soon, I'll think it's penalty. You know, Arlen is even still in the lobby. Probably this lag. He's probably leading the race for all we know. There is no chance of rain instead. I'm not going to try and say the rest of your name. Chandler. Oh yeah, goes 5 seconds, doesn't he? Chandler serves his 5 seconds. Yellow flag sector 2 and 3. Arlen tires. The irony of that. No safety car. Antoine gets past Felipe. Interesting. Okay. Now there's no driver in front. It kind of makes sense that Felipe would fall in behind Antoine now. As virtual really?
However, and why ever that's the case at the moment that this virtual safety car got called, that would have been great now if any of those guys would have been near the pits, but of course no one is. And so, yeah, no one will take profit from that.
To answer your question, Miles, we can try.
Yeah, then
Um,
I'm not quite sure.
yeah, it's now enabled, so the drivers are back racing again. Zero, only 3-second lead. Did actually get quite a low bit there. Antoine managed to gain a good 3 or 4 tenths back there from it. Antoine probably with the most expensive setup here, to be fair. Not sure exactly how much it's cost, but it does cost a decent amount. It goes 4K with a penalty. That's interesting. I'm not surprised by penalties coming up. Kind of expected, but not good there. It's the fire chicane. They come. Timo gets past
Cesar. Yeah.
Does Syra come in? Syra in. Antoine in. Felipe stays out. Leobot stays out because he's the medium tires. Raven goes round as well. Does Leopard come in? No, Leopard stays out. Mistake from not to go fast. Going to allow Ewan to come through up into P5. Interesting for Felipe. I'm surprised he stayed out. As yeah, everybody's pretty comfortably in front. Even Bandium at the back of the straight is pretty clear of Syra. Gap is 3.1 seconds from Syra to the hard runners. Because then Syra's got to charge through the whole lot, which will make it a lot easier by, say, the medium runners. Timo gets past Smasher. Timo across the back of the medium runners right now, the old-time medium runners. So Timo got to go past Raven and Leobot. Watch Leobot. I think he could be for some very good positions towards the end of the race.
Yeah,
I think he does have a penalty, which could change that.
I will quickly look that up, of course. Yep, yes, and he's close to the second one.
So, good stops from Roy Williams and Haas. No real difference in pit stops times. As for any penalties, there's been a couple of handed out, but there hasn't been very much of importance. H4K is the only real major front winner with a penalty. He's currently half second behind Chandler. But Chandler, with a 5-second stop and go, did lose a lot of time. Players and the drivers. As you see in the chat now, in the chat is the commands you can use to have a look at people's penalties and other things, like penalties, last laps. Anything really that we can see, you can get from the chat.
Felipe
Into the pits comes Felipe and Leopard.
Yeah, that's no surprise, to be honest. I mean, that they both have to get in. As now Kowalski's passing King Kong there for what is actually P8 at the moment.
Yeah. It's P8, a net P5 at the moment. Once everybody comes into the pits. Correction, it's actually P4.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
moved down the inside. Yeah, it's Podium's net car in front, which is Zala, who...
Sirius close to
Great.
Abbott at the moment.
Here we go. Upper Rouge, Sierra to the outside line on Ablett. Ablett doesn't really put on very much of a fight. Syra goes through. T-Ball gets past, got to go fast. T-Ball was on a charge right now, to be fair. His next guy up the road is Ewan. Could move himself up into a good position, you know.
Could be, yeah.
Sarah's already taking massive inroads into this train.
I mean, he should be on those fresh medium tires. 4 guys who will be behind, they will be on the softs on the other.
Yeah,
on
they'll
the
be
other
on
hand,
the
and then a
softs.
second
Again, I'm
stint.
not really sure exactly how much of a game they'll be getting, but we'll see. But it's still full, so I presume our lane has stayed in lock. It hasn't rage quit, which great. Apparently T-Ball's a lot of lag, but I'm looking at him now. I can't see any issue. Never got the ball got to go fast. He has the 3 lines, but there's no issue from what I can see. So, yeah, he has the alien indicators, but no alienness about him. Sarah fast lap of the race at 1:44.7, just about.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission.
Yep. Well, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars to overtake.
So we're in
12
for
laps.
a pretty interesting and very good
Unless we got
race
safety
till
car,
the
which
end.
whatever, we're just coming mediums.
Kowalski's going to pass Cesala
Yeah,
easily.
pretty comfortable
on
move
the
there.
cover straight. Yep.
Van de Jong gets past Lasouche as well. Antoine clears Ablet. What this has done is it's kept the gap between Sarah and Ablet. There's no real change. Felipe, though, only just came out in front of Chandler, who still has HS4 keepers behind him. Leopard 9.5 seconds back. Leopard's just got to focus on trying to be consistent now. Running lap times aren't going to ruin his tyres. And basically hope for a safe one, really. Get himself back up to the field. Obviously, he'll be... I'm a bit worried about these guys in the mediums at the front. I don't think Leobot and Raven are going to come out in the best of positions. Right now, take the 16-second gap from before. They're going to be just around... They're going to be a few seconds behind HS4K. Which... at a normal race would be a net P5, but this ain't no normal race, and they're going to be not in the best of positions I can see later on. There's now T-Ball up onto the back of his I'm not really call it, I'm sure I can call them friend, but up onto his fellow nationality in Ewan. I can't remember the term. Sarah
Sarah.
and Lasouche came together.
Hit a bit.
Antoine fast up the race. Is Sarah going to damage there? Because he seemed to
Nope. There's no wing damage for Sarah.
make a bit of contact there. T-Ball has a run on Ewan up by Rouge. Does he go for it? Yes, he does. So that they got to overtake. Ewan doesn't bother with any sort of fighting. Let's T-Ball pull out to the right hand side. T-Ball will go up into P3. He'll probably come into the pits for about another 3 laps.
So
And save
Antoine
anybody
gets
in medium
past
tyres.
Lasouche, so does Philippe on Abbott there. Oh, and
Good move.
Thibaut and Ewan still going at it at the front.
T-Ball's had an issue. T-Ball's out. What has happened here on T-Ball? He's stacked in the barrier. T-Ball is out.
and
And from
we
a
have a
personal
virtual safety car.
perspective, that is not a very good thing indeed. T-Ball out. Looking at where his carcass ended up, he's broke the left rear tyre. And it's a shame it's only really a virtual if you're fans of Leo Bottle Raven. Because they would have benefited massively from this. Probably could have come in now and made the softs, but well. Did they tangle Ewan and T-Ball, or
I didn't catch that actually. We were on camera with one of those guys, but there was a lot of position changes going on between them, and then just
I
T-Ball dropped
presume they were
massively.
side by side. I'll find out in a second, really, because I won't be surprised if I have a message. Won't be surprised if a message comes through. The virtual safety car was still out when Leobot and Raven came into the pit lane. That might be problematic for them because they're going to have to go to the soft car the tyres. They ain't going to gain very much from this. So Shizu Ewan, for the first time this race, takes the race lead. Smashing goes into P2, got to go fast into P3. However, I'm not 100% sure that's going to last as Kowalski is in his DRS. Kowalski actually will be taking over P3. Anyway, because got to fast got to come into the pit lane.
Yeah, creeping up at the back of the racing point, and that's just an easy pass with DRS. Nothing to
Pretty
do there
comfortable.
for Gotta Go Fast. And Kowalski just underlines why he was actually on pole position at first, then got disqualified, and just shows his pace that he has and why he's a contender for BRL.
Shows why he's one of the best players on the entire community. Of course, you might know Kowalski by his PC name, Alessio Di Capello. I was practicing that earlier, actually, trying to get that right. I believe it's Alessio Di Capello. Italians in the chat, please correct me. Callum. Kowalski, obviously on PC, races in ORL, which is effectively the biggest league in the world. So he's to be here. It's always like a blessing almost to have him with us racing today. He's already taking massive inroads into Smasher and you. No, into the wall. This goes fast.
Oh,
On the
there was
exit of second part,
Savalo.
left against the time penalty, and that is not good news at all. We've got to
he
go
will come
fast.
to the pits.
Big wing damage. He's going to fall right to the back of the field. Those who warning, Leobot came out in 15th, Raven came out in 16th. They're actually on the back of this giant train.
Oh,
So the
Lasush is
entire
going to attack,
field-
and he actually wants to
Chandler's
go. Oh,
had an
he
issue.
hits his, he hits
Chandler's
his
had an
teammate.
issue.
Oh, we were on board with it. Got to Go Fast wanted to go into the pits, and basically the whole train came down the bus stop, and now he has to go for another lap and actually hit
Chandler's
Chandler
got many
of
issues.
all the guys
That's
that
checked
came through there.
How many? Oh! HS4 getting with a big move with the inside. Oh, big with the inside of 130R.
Oh,
And that's caused an accident. Round has gone out by Radial Zaplet, who went round. Get a flag in the first sector. Believe he clears Lasush. I was smashing miles. How many people got damaged? But there'll probably be even more in a second.
So Leobot got wing damage, Chandler got wing damage, and that's basically everyone who got wing damage, at least from the guys. Just keep that in mind. I mean, 2 guys haven't activated that telemetry, so we don't know about Kowalski, and I think it Got to Go Fast was the second one.
Into the pit lane. Sorry. So left and down P15 because I got to go faster for going slowly. Ablet's got issues with his car. Side by side go FCT, Raven, and Leobot. Great bit from Raven. And he's also, Raven's actually, he wants Chandler as well around the outside. Raven's probably not very happy. Just the fresh set of soft tyres and see an accident immediately right in front of him. It's really not a good thing. Really, really not good. This is now, so the current order then, as we just, now, start lap 14, Zu Ewan leads, VDG Smasher in second, Kowalski and P. Bruce just broke into the DRS of Smasher, Zala P4,
Raven setting up a move
Con,
on Chandler.
hello, that was all
That's an easy one.
case, Syra clears Finder Yum, puts the ball onto the curb, that's going to give a run to Antoine, who I doubt is going to get held up by his teammate much. No, Fanion pulls over to the right side of the circuit, lets it go through. And this will give Antoine a run up Eau Rouge. Syra has DRS, but a good run here with Antoine. Could see him make a move for the top medium runner spot. The guy charging through the field right now. No, not quite enough there for Antoine. That's just has to back out. Syra did burn up some of his DRS to go for that.
They did. 25% he's on at the moment. Still pushing. I mean, he has to go through King Kong and Cesala, who won't make another stop. Will be crucial now if he can put a car between him and Antoine.
Big run for Syra. Looking to the inside. Doesn't go for it. Dear the man who is currently streaming, Viper, please put on the battery, the telemetry. Put on telemetry. Antoine gets close to Syra. Isn't quite able to make the move. Good exit from Antoine. Should potentially see him have a go. Not quite. I've left with a 3-second time penalty. He's right at the back of the field now in 14th. Syra gaining. If I was Syra, I'd consider potentially making a move into Blanchimont. Not Blanchimont, sorry. Chandler is out, and he's in the wall.
Will there be
Chandler is-
another safety car? And yes,
Yeah.
there it is. There we have
And a
another
lot of
safety
people
car.
have gone by the pit lane. Where's safety car proximity to Ewan?
Oh,
Sarah got
Sarah
penalty!
just hit. Sarah just hit
Sarah
King
got
Kong.
penalty. He's
That
hit
was
King
a-
Kong.
There was a, and there's a big chunk of his front wing missing there.
Yeah, he's been to
Um,
the pits. Well, to be fair, I think a lot of people might.
70%.
Yeah, everybody's coming to the pit lane at the back. Raven, the douche, Raven, HX4K, Leopard, Outlet, they're all coming into the pit. Oh boy.
Oh, that got a lot more interesting
Yeah.
than it
It's also
used
saved
to
the
be.
races of Leobot, Jakey B. Got to go fast as well. I can, with people now, with more people retiring the race, I'll try and invite you again, Miles, see if I can get you back in. Get you in.
I don't think that's all
Okay.
left actually.
Well, we'll try again anyway, just because,
We have to
Yeah,
time
sure,
at the
but-
moment. Mhm.
yeah, we have the time on the safety car to see if anybody does. So it's now watching the guys on hard tyres, whether he will come into the pit. I'll have to see. Let's put now onto it. So, top 9 wasn't able to come into the pit lane. But that damage for Syra, when he comes into the pits, he's going to drop probably all the way behind his fellow Brazilian as let's just make some time penalty on the safety car.
And that's actually crucial. I mean, he was in a very good position, actually. But now everyone will come into the pits, I think. No, I think so. Everyone will just pit for some new softs and go to the end. So it will be a sprint race from here to the end, and that's actually good thing for Ewan probably, who has the best position out of all of them.
Yeah, they're all in. Cesala. Brave.
Oh, he's trying something. At
brave,
least someone's trying something.
brave. Let's have a look then where the guys on the soft tires are. Cesala actually did crash into the safety car, which is never good. So she's just coming out of the pit straight now. Kowalski's out in the lead. Kowalski is out.
Oh my god.
I can't. I just can't. How? The
Don't say
bloody
it.
hell has Kowalski gone from last, I repeat, last, I repeat again, last, to very quickly soon to be P1? Because no offense to Cesaro, he's going to drop like a
Safety cars. That's basically
Yeah.
what helped a lot. I mean,
I'm sorry to Cesaro, but he's. You ever seen that meme where you got that girl sitting on the chair and got
Yep.
those blokes behind
yeah.
her? That's the best visual representation I can give.
Now,
Joe
Joe Pedro's
trying to
just,
find out penalties.
yeah, I was just about to
Yeah.
mention that because I mean, all the guys that have penalties, like I said, will be sprint race till the end.
Oh yeah.
And with it being a sprint race till the end, every penalty counts. And if you
Right.
just have no penalty, you are in a prime position. Especially if you're a Kowalski, of course.
If you could aid me right now and you're in the Twitch chat, we'll do this the same with myself and Mars as well. If you're in the Twitch chat right now, give us your top 3 prediction from the situation we've got now. Doesn't matter about what it was at the start of the race, but the situation we've got now. Please, I want to see a string of them. We've got 86 viewers for God's sake. We can give loads. Miles, what's yours?
Will be Kowalski winning this race. Will be Ewan in P2, and it will be Smasher in P3. So just a bit of a boring one, but I mean, those guys are in prime position now. And with Kowalski, I mean, if Kowalski can put one car between him and Smasher, which should
Driving
be
left.
Cesaro, of course. Oh, it's lane left. And that's my call for coming into this lobby.
Oh, we have a CLG Pinecone watching. Hello, Pinecone. That's not a name I expected to see. Hello, friend.
As my game froze.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Judging by what's happening so far, Jacob B will win. You're not
Yeah.
wrong, Mirror. You're not
Yeah.
wrong, Mirror. Lee Mather dub. This is, in my opinion, this is a Lee Mather masterclass. It's like a masterclass in how to make an S game.
Can you give me another invite?
This is a Lee Mather masterclass in how to make a sugar, honey, ice, and tea game. Because this has been an absolute, from a neutral standpoint, this race has probably been absolutely brilliant. This has been, I don't know, it's been a really, really frustrating race from a commentator's standpoint. From a driver's standpoint, I'm surprised I haven't butchered people by. I'm surprised there hasn't been a physical knife throw yet. At least at Lee Mather's head, anyway. Which isn't very hard because it's bold and it's shiny. Get a good knife shot on that. Come on. I want to see someone please edit a knife in Lee Mather's head. Please, I want to see that.
Actually, it tells me that the lobby is full.
You're sodding kidding me. How's it full?
I have no clue.
I'm suing.
What the hell is going on then? There's...
Mulder?
I don't know what to... just toss me one
later,
more.
my friend.
Just toss me one more.
I'll explain to you later, my friend Mulder.
Come in.
Yeah, go. That guy is now coming in this lap. What has been this race, honestly? Well, safety car coming in. Let's have a quick look at the movements. Driver, let's have a look. Position change. Kowalski up 18, Smash it up 10, Ewan up 3, King Kong up 4, Lasso up 10. Biggest losers, down at 16, JKB. Well, here we go then. Cesaro is going to lead to the start. He's going to wait until the very, very last minute to go here. Quite smart from Cesaro. Needs as much of a gap as he can. Goes now. Shows him the fourth gear. But what an exit for Kowalski. This is about to be a butcher, I think. Cesaro leads him onto lap 18 with Kowalski right behind him. JKB gas pass got to go fast already. Got to fast flashing. Died out the final cut. Great exit from Kowalski. Head up. Oh, now. And here we go. Kowalski in the position with Cesaro. Big gap behind Smasher. Big run for Kowalski. Should be pretty easy. Dives to the inside line.
That's a pretty simple move, yeah.
Cesaro still holding in, no, he does not, backs out. Kowalski from last on the grid takes the race lead here. Sarah and Raven side by side. Antoine trying to go over the side of King Kong. Can't make the move. Sarah up in a P11 already for the SRC Raven. Now finding him behind 84K as well. They're looking for overtakes. Kowalski has already broken the DRS to Cesaro. That's massive. DRS already gone. That's pretty much the race over there. Smash it out. Gaining on Cesaro. Cesalo's just got to hold on. Hope he's got the speed on the straights. Really go for it. I think I'm being told quite now. Oh no, never mind. I'm actually being encouraged. Never mind. Smash gets a good exit. To the outside it goes. Room not quite left by Cesaro. Trying to go all the way around the outside of there is not really going to be on. Now Smash, if he can get a good run, might be able to make a big move down into the chicane. If he can get a good pair of exits as well, he'd be absolutely sodded off. To the outside goes Smasher. On block pushing on. Round the outside. Smasher into B2. Ewan now with a really good run. Can he make a move now into the bus stop chicane? Big up by Smasher. Ewan goes down the brakes. Tries to go all the way around the outside. Does go all the way around the outside. A good exit close. Fast the race by 2.9. Jesus Christ. Ewan sits in behind. King Kong wants this now. Big set to the inside from Ewan. Down into turn 1. Forces it completely off the track, Cesaro. And King Kong gets now side by side up Eau Rouge. Please don't go side by side Eau Rouge. Oh, they make contact! Contact was made between Antoine and Cesaro. They make contact again. Antoine now with a run. Big block to the inside. Through goes Antoine. Up into B5. Cesaro down to P6. Sarah gets past finding him. Doesn't easy clear. Yes, he is. Syra with a P10.
So much stuff going on at the moment. I mean, Antoine's looking very strong at the moment. Kowalski did everything he needed to, just overtaking Cesala and just storming away when there was a car between him and his next contender on the soft, as there's a yellow flag.
Jacob made a mistake. As now, Cesala has his own little train. I think Antoine might have picked up damage. I'm not so sure. You know when they make contact? Yeah, they don't make contact.
Nope, there's no damage for any of the drivers.
No damage. Okay, that is completely fine. King Kong is on the. I mean, I don't know who's behind the King Kong account. I'm 99% sure it's left, but I could be wrong. He is gaining on you, and I don't even care that one of my guys is out and the other one's running 12. Come on, Levin, by the way, he's done a great recovery drive. If Con gets a podium, I'll happily stand there and give him a round of applause because he's deserved it for that. HS4K clears Felipe. Does he know? Felipe clears him. DRS now enabled with 3 laps to go. That's going to make things a little bit more mental. Felipe looking to size up Lassus. Lassus had a great race so far. Siren to the inside, HS4K. Through he goes, shoves him out as well. They make a little bit of contact. Siren through with a P9. Now Lassus, can he make a move on Cesala or Rouge? I'm not sure that's going to happen. King Kong might be getting pretty close to the back of Ewan, not quite. He's probably looking more of his mirrors at Antoine, who's charging as well. Charging behind, sees a bit of a gap because the guys behind him are going at it. Look to the inside goes Shazoo Felipe. Not quite able to make anything there. All of that guys mounting the curve. That's an absolutely beautiful visual there. No penalty to anybody ran. Go have a little double check of the penalty situation actually. Kowalski has 2 warnings. Smashes on 2 warnings. Ewan has a penalty. Ewan's going to swap here. King Kong has a 5-ticket time penalty, but that's already been served. So at the moment, King Kong is on for a podium, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that would be crucial for SRT.
Yeah, exactly. Because it took them ages to score points, but now they have to keep scoring pretty consistent points.
Yeah, Hyper and I were talking about that earlier, before you joined. That there's a battle going on between SRT and FCT for P8, I think, P8 and P9 between those two. Lassus has
that far behind him.
Yeah, Lassus has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, I think. So he will drop massively there.
Big up Lassus. He can't clear Cesala at the moment. Cesala is doing a great job for VRT at the moment of holding the guys back. Look at this train behind him. He's got his teammate Leobot at the back of it. Has now entered lap 21. Siren, a big send down the inside of Felipe. Felipe gives him racing room. Of course, these guys used to be teammates at BRL. I believe they're actually teammates in the BRL League, but I'll put me wrong. Side by side down to a Rouge. Sierra backs out of it. Doesn't want to cost his good friend Felipe a lot of time. My cat's come to say hello again. Hello, cats. How are you today? Lassus now. Can he clear the Red Bull per Rouge? No,
there's no ERS left.
Can't get close to him.
There's no ERS left for him.
Felipe gets up to the back of them. Can't do anything about that. This train has stagnated, which is really surprising to be honest. The guy with the most ERS of the entire train is Fangium in P11, who's trying to get close to HS4K. I think the biggest losers here are VSR, because at the moment they're already scoring 10 points. BRL are going to score 27. BDG are only scoring 18. BRL, with Kowalski winning at the moment, they have set themselves up for a very, very good haul of points. If Sarah can get past Felipe as well, this could really be very good.
It will be crucial for the championship, of course. I mean,
of course.
we talked about the championship standings before, and I mean it's looking very good at the moment for BRL, and with Kowalski winning and Syrah in P9 as now Ablett's out, that would be crucial for the championship in the end.
Yeah, the Kowalski 3.7 seconds.
Oh, Syrah's close. Syrah's close to Felipe.
Hello to the outside of the chicane. Goes B Syra. Straight round. A good exit. Could potentially see him through. Contact between the pair of them. Oh, this could end in Brazilian warfare. And guys, I'm not even going to complain if that happens. Down the inside goes Syra. He goes for a send. He gets to the inside apex. They give each other brilliant racing room. It's a great battle here between Syra and Felipe. All this is going to cost each other's team points. is now looking a bit further up. Antoine up there on King Kont. Kont has moved. Nick weaving from Ewan. Back to the prize, but all the French is helping each other out. Kont has enough to hold on at the moment.
They're basically all on 0%
To the
ERS.
inside. Doesn't make a move on Cesala. Cesala goes deep. The fresh tyres should potentially help the AlphaTauri. Still no moves in the pack. Looking to the inside, Lasso. She's desperate now to clear Cesala. Sarah on the side down the inside of Felipe. They nearly make contact. Round the outside of no name. Goes Sarah. And he's through. What a phenomenal move by V
What a
Sarah. Up into P8. In front of Felipe. Been working on that lap after lap after lap. Gets the position. He's up into P9. P8, sorry. Lasso still hasn't cleared Cesala at the moment. Great.
I actually
so
think
far.
Cesala and Lasouche are both on penalties, so Sira
I believe they do, yeah.
will be on
Romeo
P6.
P6, that's 33 points instead with BRL, but now coming into the bar chicane. What an absolutely phenomenal drive from Kowalski. Right in the final corner, up to the line. Kowalski wins in Belgium. Beating smashing with a great exit. Up to the line, he finishes P2. Ewan goes finishes P3 because Con, and Josh Webb with Con. Finishes P4. Antoine P5. Siren P6. 7th goes Felipe. The penalties all come in the end. 8th finally Young.
Lasouche.
9th Raven. 10th Jakey B. What?
That's what I don't know. Mirror was it? Who called Jakey to win this race? I mean, at least he scored 1 point when he was down.
HX 4K 11th. 12th LCR Leopard on his year-old debut. 13th FCT LaSauche. 14th VRT Leobot. 15th F1 Cesala. And got to go fast. Reverses over the line. What in the absolute blue F word was that?
I've no clue. I've absolutely no clue.
wow.
I mean, I feel really sorry for Lasouche, who came home P7 and just dropped to P13. So no points for him. No points for his team either, because I think Raven also didn't score any points, and XRT, not XRT, SRT gaining on them massively. I mean, what a race it was. The safety car threw everything in the air and basically left everything for grabs, and Kowalski was there, winning on his debut, coming from P20. I mean, what should we say?
I don't think there is much you can say other than pure shock. the only emoji right now that sums everything up is just the shock emoji, because it was insane, frankly.
I mean, it was a great race.
Phenomenal.
Many phenomenal overtakes. I mean, Sarah coming around the outside there.
That's my cat's thoughts of it.
Yeah. Sarah coming around the outside there of Felipe in No Name was a great overtaking maneuver there. And I mean, so many great overtakes today. Some great battles. I mean, some guys just I mean, some safety cars and virtual safety cars that shouldn't have been there. And I mean, the game issues at the start were not helping either. But still, we saw a great race today.
Absolutely phenomenal. Can't remember. We do interviews or not? I can't remember. Truly.
Normally not, no.
No.
Can I just point out this little thing just one little thing before you start hyper? This is really cool to read. If the game was even half as good as the commentators ever predicted this game, thank you again, Ben. Thank you very much, Lizzie. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, I was in shock just watching that entire race, and let alone, you know, you guys having to talk about it. I don't think I would have been able to actually commentate that game. It was a beautiful mess, I'd describe it. With Kowalski, as you said, coming from last to first, and then Sierra coming through the pack. Them two, and then just the team itself, are on for great points.
If it's those two for the rest of the season, God help us all.
Absolutely, I'm gonna agree with you with that. It is just a power pair. They are, and I'm lost for words. Just saying.
I mean, I can't disagree with you on that. There was such. I've commentated some great races in my life. That's going up there just for the sheer what the F. There was so much happened that race that you don't. It's one of those things where a lot of the things happen in a race, and you think, why is this happening? And then it all comes together to produce an absolute masterpiece, and that's what we had today. We had a masterpiece of sheer mentalness.
Yeah, and especially the penalties as well. That played a huge part because we saw Jakey B, as you were surprised, getting up into 10th place when he was down in 15th, and all through penalties he just got close enough and bang, right at the last second, up in 10th.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where sometimes.
Yeah.
Go on, Miles. I'll let you talk.
Yeah. With a late safety car, I mean, we talked about it briefly. All late safety cars just provide that all the guys who have time penalties will get punished for it. With the late safety car coming out of like 16, was it? I think. That's pretty late for a safety car, and like you saw, or like we saw, a massive train then forming, and no one could break the DRS apart from the Cesala, the guy who was in front of Cesala, could break the DRS because Cesala just risked it, and I don't think he got any points from it, but still strong showing from him.
I want to actually quickly point things out, boys. I think the race could change even further through steward decisions, because we've also got to factor in that the start of the race where there was that huge crash, there was many penalties given out. What do you feel the stewards will give for that? How would you view that?
I've not seen the start, so I can't comment.
I
You're a
saw
steward
it.
anyway, so we're basically asking, what's your opinion on the topic, Matt?
My opinion.
Yeah, it's basically what we're asking. What if we're going to say what the steward's going to say? Well, what is the steward going to say?
Well, the thing is, you have mentioned about the delayed start, so what I'd be looking for is who did have the delayed start, who was there any way of actually getting out the way, and was there any deliberate acts? And from the way I saw it, a lot of this I could mention it down to just racing incidents and possibly remove some time penalties. Also, a factor in safety car penalties, that will also be brought up. So the time penalties could be removed. But as I said, the steward's going to look into it. And I feel that will play a big role, actually, in the end of the final results. But what track are we going to next week? Do we guys know? Oh,
Temple of Speed.
we're going, yes, the Temple of Speed. We are heading to Italy, the track where Ferrari have dominated for years on end. Not this year. Well, actually, not even. No, last year they didn't dominate it. What was it?
Haven't for years.
Yeah, haven't for years. So,
Well,
well,
I mean, one Italian who might actually dominate there could be
Kowalski.
Kowalski. Yeah.
Well, if
he's there,
right.
if he's
Sorry,
there.
guys, I've got to go. So, I will let you guys all wrap up. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks so much to everybody who's been here today in the stream for myself. It's all been absolutely brilliant as always. Thanks very much. Thanks so much, and I'll see you all later.
Miles, any last words from you? Miles will wrap it up like this.
Was a phenomenal race, and I really looking forward to the one we have ahead of us next week.
Well, thank you very much, Miles, and I'm glad to be back, and what a race to be the spectator of, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit follow to keep updated with the next races, and also follow the socials, as updates and news will always come out, especially about that steward decisions we have been talking about. But that is all. We'll see you next week well, actually, no, sorry, not next week, the week after, because we're going into a season break for next week. So the week after, we'll be heading to Monza, and we'll see you all then. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.